welcome to the Power Monday show. This is our first video and this is our fourth episode. So welcome to our YouTube viewers and to our podcast listeners. We are very happy. Today I'm so excited, guys. I'm really chuffed. I met this lady during lockdown. She was doing a presentation in one of our women in business coffee and meeting sessions. So she just blew me away. The things that she's doing. So I was so inspired by her. So I followed her on all her social media platforms. And, from meeting her, I gained life. I learned a lot of things from her. So that's why today I just decided, let me just ask her to be with us and just to share what makes her the person that she is. You're going to hear for yourselves why I'm so blown away by this lady. And what I love about her is her humility. The first week when I met her, I went on Instagram and I said, "Hi, Sissy. I was really impressed with your presentation. Can I have your number?" And she said yes. And that's how the rest is history. And that's how we are here today. So her name is Vumile Msweli. Okay, so Vumile, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Nompilo.
It's such a pleasure. So Vumile, can you please just share your background? Who is Vumile Msweli? Tell us about yourself, because my listeners and my people from
viewers.
YouTube don't know who you are. Yeah, our viewers, yeah.
Okay, so as mentioned, my name is Vumile Msweli. I'm originally from Durban in a small township called Echesavili in KwaZulu-Natal, the eastern part of South Africa. I am a daughter, I'm a friend, I am a businesswoman. So I spent, currently I run my own business. My background is I studied accounting at the University of Pretoria. My honors in finance at the University of Johannesburg. I did my postgrad at New York University and another postgrad in Ghana's Gimpa University, and I did my master's in business administration, my MBA at the University of London, and I'm busy doing my doctorate in Switzerland. So you can tell it's not just the glasses. I am a little bit of a nerd. Most of my background in the workspace has been in the finance sector. So I started out as a banker, did that for almost a decade, and my last formal employment was as head of the client services partner for Africa for Vodafone, where I ran operations and service strategy for them on the continent of Africa. And I am now a career coach. So I started my own business in 2012. And my job, in essence, is to connect people from where they are to where they're wanting to be in their careers. That's what I help facilitate. And we have a presence in Nigeria, Botswana, Rwanda, as well as South Africa. And that's a little bit about me.
Vumi, thank you so much for that beautiful answer. I love your energy, and when you're speaking, I can tell that you're just so fascinated about all these big and beautiful things that you do. Can you just share with our viewers and listeners what is it that drives you?
So I think coming from the part of the world where I come from that isn't necessarily privileged. Like I mentioned, I grew up in a township in South Africa. And if you know the context of South Africa, African Black people were oppressed in this country. Meaning those who are my ancestors, those who went before me, didn't have the opportunity that I have. So for me, a big thing is one, leaving a legacy, making sure I don't fail in my potential, because people died for me to have these opportunities. So failure is not an option, for me, I'd rather die trying than never having attempted. So that for me drives me, because my biggest fear is returning back to people who don't have the opportunities I have, and they'll say, "But when Zani, what did you do? You didn't serve the highest good." And I never want to beat my maker, thinking, "Oh, I had so much potential and I did nothing with it. It didn't blossom. I didn't fulfill it."
And there's a saying that excellency honors God. So I can see that you being excellent in everything that you're doing. Vumi, you mentioned that you're a career coach, and I know a lot of people are struggling in the corporate sector. And I know that you've gone as far as being on the executive space. So what can we learn? What can you share with us today from corporates? How can we excel in the corporate space and win and become and get those big positions that we're looking for? what would be your advice to a person that is still in corporate?
So the reality is, a lot of people think corporate is about the work. They don't realize it's a game. That's one of the reasons you look around and you find people who do minimal work are constantly getting promotions. And you get frustrated. Oh, but I work so hard. It's not about how you work. It's about how well you play the game. So for me, I'm very fortunate because I figured this out quite early in my career, which is why, like you mentioned, at 24 I was already at Expo. Because I understood the rules. So if you don't know the rules of engagement, if you don't know the rules of engagement, you'll spend 20 years in a career, wake up, and all you'll get is a congratulations, here's a service watch. So the first thing for me is understanding the rules of the game that you are playing. The second is getting the right support staff with you. So you need a coach. I have coaches. You need a mentor. I have mentors. You need to have a tribe that supports you, and you need people who are really, really invested in seeing you succeed.
So those are the rules of the game, as you call it.
Yes.
Wow, Vumi. This has been such a reviving session for me. How can people get hold of you? How can we give us your social media handles? How can we get hold of you?
So you can get hold of me at Vumile Msweli, VUMIMSWELI career coach. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn. If you want to hear some of my content, I'm on Kaya FM in Gauteng, South Africa. I'm on Botswana, I'm on Duma FM. If you're in Nigeria, you can pick up the Business Day in Nigeria on Saturdays, and you will find my columns there as well.
Wow, this has been such an inspiring talk with you. We thank you. I'll call you next week to speak about businesses, because you now own your own business, since you've shared your secrets on how you won on the corporate space. Thank you so much, Vumi. You continue to inspire me, and you're such a phenomenal individual. I really respect you for everything that you've done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll meet again next week.
Happy days.
Thank you.